everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're making giant peanut butter cups for the Reese's lover in your life. Let's get started. You can see here I'm using small tart tins for the shape, and for the chocolate I'm using Hershey's Special Dark Chocolate Chips. When you melt them, you can do that in the microwave or over a double boiler, whichever you prefer. Once you have your chocolate melted, spread it around your tin. You don't want it to be super thick, but you also don't want it to be so thin that it breaks when you remove it from the tin. So I'm going to show you my two-part method that I used for a little extra insurance. Take your time and make sure you get the chocolate all the way into each of your grooves. You can see on the second one, I changed my technique a little bit. Oops, missed a spot. There we go. And then we're going to place these in the refrigerator to set. Here's the second part. I used a brush once they were set to add another thin layer to reinforce anywhere that may have been thin. Back in the fridge we go. They should pop out of the molds pretty easily. Tip for removing the bottom, use your fingernail and not a knife. I ended up breaking one of mine before figuring that out. Move your shells back to the fridge while you work on your filling. So, full disclosure, I didn't measure anything for this recipe, so I'm not exactly sure how much I used. I was just doing everything to taste, but I'm going to guesstimate for you guys. It was definitely a half cup of butter and 8 ounces of cream cheese. I started out with about a cup of peanut butter, but you'll see later I add about another cup. And I used about a cup to a cup and a half of powdered sugar and approximately 2 tablespoons of vanilla. Let's be honest, you really can't have too much vanilla when it comes to desserts. And then I did add a little bit of kosher salt just to balance out the sweetness and bring out that peanut butter flavor. To your pie shells and smooth out the top as best you can. Make sure not to overfill them as you need to leave room for the chocolate on top. Once you have them nice and flat, go ahead and place them in the freezer. Again, I didn't measure anything when I was making the ganache, but I probably should have. I'm guessing it was about a cup of chocolate chips and about a half a cup of heavy cream. You want to microwave the mixture in short spurts so that you don't overheat it. Once the chocolate is partially melted, just stir it the rest of the way smooth. If you do have to add more cream, make sure you heat it up till it's scalding before you add it so that you don't ruin the texture. You want the chocolate to be a runny consistency so that it'll self-level. Mine was actually still too thick. You also want the chocolate hot enough to run, but not so hot that it melts your shell. That's what happened to my first one here. It's definitely a balancing act because if it cools too much, it's going to be very difficult to spread evenly. Place them back into the fridge until your ganache is set, then you're ready to enjoy. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe for more videos like these.